Episode 10. The breakthrough extended. Maya hadn't planned on opening the door. She'd been in her blanket burrito, halfway through a bowl of Cookie Crisps, with Netflix asking for the fourth time if she was still watching. Rude Netflix. Yes, she was still watching. And no, she didn't need the judgment. But the knock had come steady and deliberate. And somehow she just knew when she'd pulled the door open. There Adrian was, rumpled, shadow-eyed, like a man who'd spent 2 nights wrestling with his conscience and losing. Now, they sat across from each other on her couch. The silence between them was so taut she could almost hear the hum of her own heartbeat. "I owe you an explanation," Adrian said finally. Voice low, rough and like gravel. Maya hugged the blanket tighter around her shoulders. "That's putting it mildly." He winced but pressed on. "My whole life, I've clung to control, rules, structure. I had to. When my parents divorced, it was ugly lawyers in the living room, screaming matches echoing through the house. I hated it, so I promised myself I'd never live with chaos, that I'd never let feelings ruin everything the way they ruined them." Maya's sarcasm softened, slipping. "I built myself around that," he continued. "Law school only reinforced it. Boundaries, logic, no mess, no noise." He dragged a hand through his hair, gaze flicking to hers. "And then you moved in across the hall." Maya's throat tightened. "And wrecked your neat little system?" "No," his voice cracked slightly. "You made me feel alive in ways I'd forgotten I could. And that terrifies me." Her heart squeezed. "I thought if I kept my distance, it would fade. But every day, you're still there." Laughing too loudly in the hallway, singing off-key at midnight, dropping muffins on my desk like a bribe. "And it's," his words faltered, "it's the best part of my day. Every day." Maya swallowed the lump in her throat. "Then why keep pushing me away?" His eyes darkened raw. "Because you make me lose control. And I didn't know if I could survive that. But walking away from you Friday night, it felt worse than losing everything else combined." The tears stung before she could stop them. "So what are you saying?" Adrian leaned forward, voice breaking with quiet certainty. "I'm saying I don't want boundaries with you anymore. I want you." For a long, breathless moment, Maya just stared at him. Her heart pounded in her ears. Finally, she inched closer until their knees touched. Her voice trembled. "Clause 5. No running. No excuses. No legal loopholes." Adrian's lips curved faintly. Clause accepted. And then his mouth was on hers. This kiss was different. Not frantic. Not desperate. Slow. Tender. Like he had all the time in the world to memorize her. His hand cradled her face, fingers threading into her hair, while her arms wound around his neck, holding him like she'd never let go. When they finally parted, she laughed softly, shaky with relief. "So, are we official now? Or do you want to draft a contract first?" Adrian chuckled against her forehead. "Text me maybe?" Maya groaned. "You're lucky you're hot, counselor." That line would get any other men blocked. They ended up curled on the couch, legs tangled under the blanket she'd once worn like armor. Maya nibbled at leftover cookies while Adrian actually loosened his shirt completely, looking less like a lawyer and more like a man. "You know," she teased, "this is the longest you've sat still in my apartment without muttering about my clutter." Adrian smirked. "That pile of unfolded laundry is still haunting me." "Don't you dare touch it," Maya warned, jabbing him in the ribs. He caught her hand, lacing his fingers through hers. The warmth of it silenced her retort. Sometime later, her head rested on his chest as the hum of the city outside filtered in through her window. His heartbeat thudded steady against her ear. "Adrian?" she murmured. "What if you freak out again?" He went still, then sighed. "Then you remind me of Clause 5. Maya smiled faintly, eyes drifting shut. "Deal." Sleep tugged at her, pulling her under with the comforting weight of his arm around her. For once, she didn't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow arrived anyway. The sunlight woke her first, golden beams streaming across the couch. Maya stretched, groaning softly, then froze. Adrian was still there, his head tilted back against the couch, jaw rough with stubble, one arm still draped protectively around her waist even in sleep. He looked softer, unguarded, like a man who'd finally let go. Maya couldn't help it. She snapped a photo with her phone. The click woke him. His eyes cracked open, narrowing instantly. Did you just? Maya grinned, waving the phone. Evidence. In case you try to ghost me again, Adrian groaned, dragging a hand over his face. You're going to blackmail me with sleepy pictures? Obviously. Clause 6. There's a clause 6 now. There's going to be a lot of clauses. She smirked, leaning in to kiss his cheek. He caught her mouth instead, kissing her slow and lazy, like the morning sun belonged to them alone. And for the first time in days, weeks, maybe forever, Maya let herself believe they could actually work.